How the marketplace today? Did he play?
He didn't play, no, he did say himself.
Yeah, good on him. I think he had a little bit of a hip injury last week. So
Yeah, it was terrible.
not worth it.
Time. We have quite a few watching in.
How many was that? Oh, hey, 5 people.
Your video is
Oh, yes, in case you know. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Gisborne Thistle versus Port Hill fixture. We are here at Childers Road today. I'm your host, Louis Sengelo, and I'm here to help commentate and give my opinion on the game. We have the Port Hill starting 11 coming out now, getting ready. Thistle are still in their change room, having the last team talks before chaos erupts on the pitch. Big Drew Churchwell down there with Keith Tester. Drew's got the brains and Keith's got the... Not the nicest of weather, probably about 12 degrees today. But not too bad if you're running around for the rest of the afternoon. And with Jimmy Jr. behind him. Uses a horse brush to brush that beautiful mullet of his. Professional barber to groom it for him, which is... Here they go walking out. So the lineup for today is Big Bapsing, Trav at right back with Luke Jarvie, Ewan Kramer and Lando in the midfield. Stark at the left wing, Leo Maisie up top and Kobe Donovan at right wing, correct? Number 2 today we've got Kirkley. Number 3 we've got 7 is Boca Pina. 9 is Posithumus. 10. 2 captains meeting in the middle. I'm hoping that Thistle can come out on the front foot today. This has been at the moment. The officials box down there, which would help. So I can't see if we've won the toss there. Big Drew Churchwell, Charlie Harvey and Keith Taylor. Port Hill look like they're ready for this. I think they've had a real inconsistent season, but looking to get the upset they had. I would say a lot of what was going in sessions, and I think the boys know that they can easily get a I think Port Hill will come out pretty physical, and I think they like to start quite fast. I know they've got quite a strong 3 in the midfield, so we'll have to see. Big Scottish Luke Jarvie can take him instead. We've got Ewan here taking kickoff. Shame it looks like it's from a prison documentary. Oh. Ewan Kramer has managed to block. Poked around the defender, but just didn't manage to get it in time. Running down the wing. They're going to just retain possession here from Pothamus. Going to cross it over to... We've been played through here from Stark. Not bad ball from Stark himself. It's looking like Leo Maisie's going to have more dents on his car than completed passes, but we'll have to see about that. And Thistle holding them out themselves very, very nicely. It's gone over to the number 3, which is Driver today. Off us for a bit. I think we Thistle probably struggle with not conceding in the first 10. I think they know Port Hill come out firing. But again, here comes Pothamus. He's going to try and take on Kobe Donnelly, but Kobe Donnelly clears it very nicely, but it's gone out for a go. Small. He makes Charlie Harvey look like the bouncer at a nightclub. If people know who Charlie Harvey is, he is the... And here is a lovely ball over to Leo Stark, and he's managed to keep that in very nicely. I think it's just... And it's a lovely ball, actually, to Stark. Absolutely swung there. I think that's got to be given there. That's got to be his first warning. Going to be a bit of a threat down that left side today. And so John, it's quite a strong breeze today, so we need to keep an eye on Jarvie. Hope he doesn't blow away. Let's hope at least this wind doesn't affect the ball and we can get a good cross in the box. Ewan Kramer just making sure everyone's set up nicely. Played that ball quite early. Can Kobe get ahead to it? And he has gotten to it. Is Ewan going to do something? Defender. And again, here comes Driver. He's played a nice ball. Striker instead of Mason. Playing it back to Jimmy Jr. The striker. And he's kept the ball very nicely there. And he's going to try and play a long ball to Maisie, but it's a little bit messy. Classic Jarvie. Always ends up on his bum somehow. Even if it's... Let's see what we can do here from Port Hill. Played it nice. Beautiful ball breaking in the line. So we hope we can do better. And there we go, played a beautiful pass into the mid forward here. Playing a nice ball into Maisie, but it's just not a great pass. And they've got a great pass, and they've played Maisie. Oh, he's just missed it again, and, you know, missing that chance like he attack they are, but well done there from Travis White. He's a threat in the garage and on the football pitch. It's just a shame about. There we go, we've got Jarvie to 10. There we go, we've got Jarvie to 10. Shuffle round. Seems like he's the one that gets a little bit. We have trust in Luke. Junior Jimmy here, playing it into Ewan. But Nick Land was there just to cover Fedel up and make a nice tackle, and Jarvie's done the same thing, and Junior's come in, but just been turned, and they... Caden's now got a ball. It's a good pass there from Ewan Kramer. Off. And he can! Oh, and it's... Oh! For the goalkeeper to be beat there, so fair play to the goalkeeper. Travis White again breaking up the Port Hill. Ewan Kramer is already thinking about the post-match TikTok montage he's going to make with all these. They're going to be a foul right in a dangerous area. I think Luke Jarvie is absolutely loving it. It's a shame the sun's not out today. Can't be shot. Taking a while here just to line up the wall correctly. They wanted a 5-man wall here. Here goes Travis White. Luke Jarvie. He's got the shot on target. It is a good save. The keeper has got it down well, but at least we've got it on target. Well done there from Luke Jarvie. Proof that talent isn't measured in centimetres. There we go. Nice lofted pass there from the goalkeeper. Bit of a strange decision with the header there. I don't know what he was trying to achieve there, but it's okay. Ewan Kramer's picked out another terrible 5-yard pass for his TikTok later. Caden's now retained possession here nicely, and I think he's going to try and play back to Baps. And Baps loves the ball at the feet. Look at that. Beautiful play out to Fedel. And Fedel's the same. He loves to play that first time pass into Ewan. Tam will absolutely adore that. Now Luke's just playing it around nicely. Trav's not even looking at the ball. What are you doing, mate? But he's going to make the overlap run. And there is a nice lofted pass. It's just not got enough power in it, and Port Hill can retain that possession again. But I like how Thistle have kept the possession here for the first kind of 15 minutes. Port Hill haven't really seen much of the ball, but they're looking for those over-the-top balls. But Junior Jimmy there again. He's generally built in a lab to win those defensive long balls. Come over for his way. And it is a corner ball for Port Hill. Can they make something of this? Who have we got taking the corner here now? We've got Simmons is going to be on the corner. See if he can get something lofted in. Nice lofted ball there from Simmons. Baps is wanting to get his hands on it, and he's caught that ball like its own baby. He's just going to wait for us to set. Caden is liking the ball today at his feet. He's making some good decisions so far, and that is another good one there into Leo Stark. Now can Leo Stark find another pass? Maybe into Ewan Kramer, who's making a good run. It's a shame that Kelly managed to block that one out. Nice, again, nice long ball from the goalkeeper. But Lando was managed to get there. Now Maisie's going to look to find another pass to build this attack. Leo Maisie and Luke Jarvie linking up. Good from Kobe, well done. Nice sensible decision there. Good decisions being made here all round by Thistle. I would have thought the passes were going to be as unpredictable as the weather here today, but actually we've done really nice passing, moving it left from right, transitioning the ball really well. Maybe Drew Churchill has got a brain in there. And it's not just all ego about Fulham Academy. Nice little clearance there. Hasn't gone out for a corner yet. Keikley's going to pick that up and play it on. Port Hill are going to come here with another long ball. I think that's like the 6th long ball they've played now, but Junior Jimmy was able to pick that up, and now he's driving forward again. He's going to look just to keep that possession. I think that's probably Tam's words today, was just to keep that ball as much as possible, but with a bit of purpose. I think that's Tam's key word, is purpose. Play a pass with purpose. Now Jarvie's going to look to play a bit of a bobbly pass, and Maisie's made it even bobblier into Fedel, but Fedel has got the touch of an angel. If you've ever been touched by an angel. Jarvie's got good strength there, and he's played into Leo Stark. Is the keeper going to come out in time? He just has managed just to get there. Thistle, another good attack there. It's looking more dangerous every minute that goes by. I think Port Hill haven't really got much of a game plan at the moment. It's just kind of hit and hope. More say, not hope and hit. And back into their striker again. And Junior Jimmy will pick out another long ball. Actually, Baps wants to pick that one up instead. Jarvie's going to play over to Fedel. Keeps the ball nicely, and he plays it on to Trav there. Lovely hold-up play from... Oh, it's just a bit of a nothingly flick from Leo Maisie. I expect better from that guy. It's a mistake there from Port Hill. They lost the ball up in their own area, but they managed to get back and defend it. But I think Port Hill are feeling the pressure. We've got Drew Churchill here trying to tell Luke what to do. Let's hope Luke doesn't cry after Tam giving him a bit of a telling off. But he's okay because he's got the ball here. Let's see if he can maybe drive with the ball here. But no, he's just passed it. It's unlikely for Luke Jarvie to pass it after 2 touches. Takes him a little longer than that sometimes. But he's played it into... That's not great from Trav. I know he can fix your clutch, but I expect better from him. And Fedel's done a nice little clearance there. Can Leo Stark get stuck involved? No, he can't. Leo Stark making Ewan's haircut look like a community service punishment today. Don't know whether it's the grey clouds that makes Ewan look more and more like a criminal, or if it's just a bad bet that he had with his barber. We'll never know. But it's not as bad as that pass outside of the pitch today. Let's hope Gisborne Thistle don't replicate that later on in the game. Nothing too much happening here. We've got a few attacks from Thistle, but, we've made it through for the first 10 minutes, which is positive to see. Jarvie's going to have a bit of a tussle here with the striker, and he's done well to give it off to Travis, and Travis has kind of laced it over to Ewan. Ewan Crum is looking now to another 5-yard pass for his TikTok montage, let's say. Leo Stark has the ball here. He's going to try and take on his man, which is beautiful stuff, and he's easily glided past him, and he's played a lovely lofted ball to Maisie. Oh, it's Nick Land there now that's picked up the ball. Not Maisie, I don't know where Maisie is, but Maisie is there now picking up the ball. Can he get a shot off? Unfortunately not. And Port Hill have cleared the ball out for a throw, but this is better from Thistle. I'm expecting the crowd to be a bit better. It's a bit like a library here at the moment. Guess everyone's saving their voices for the fixture next weekend, which is against United over at United's ground. Harry Barker. Let's see if we can kind of redeem ourselves from the 8-0 loss last time we faced him at our place here. That might be a foul there, and it is given by the referee. Nick Land will apologise for that one and then walk off and get back into position. They're going to take their time here with this one. I think they're trying to relieve the pressure that Gisborne Thistle are putting on Port Hill. But we're going to have Burns take this one. He's just played it short over to the other centre-back. He's going to play it back to Burns here. Burns is going to pick another pass out to his right-sided centre half here, and Maisie's going to kind of slowly press. Not as slow as his driving. There's rumours that Leo Maisie has more points on his licence than any team in the league at the moment, which is no surprise. He's a bogan with a mullet. Player, I don't know if Trav meant that one, but I don't think Trav means a lot of the things he does. So he plays it over into Jimmy Jr. And Leo Stark could be through here. Is he going to make the right decision? He has taken it around nicely. He's got a good ball off. Oh, it's a great save there from Burns. Superb serve. He'll put that on his TikTok montage. If he had TikTok, I don't know. But that is a great shot from Leo. He's done very well there to glide through the defender's feet and then get a shot off over at Burns. But Burns has made a very, very good save there, and I think that's the biggest chance of the game so far. And let's see if we can get a second big chance here from this corner. Luke Jarvie, I think, is looking to line this one up, as he is. High socks here today from Luke Jarvie. Good choice from him. Bit too cold for the low socks. And he's whipped one in here. It's just a little bit short, but it's not bad. It could have been a bit dangerous. Let's see if we can get another cross in here. And it is a great ball again. Can Kobe get something on that? He's missed it. But can we get the shot? Oh, Leo Stark. Oh, my goodness. That was his chance, I would say. And I think he knows it. I'll have a word with him about that later. I think Kobe maybe should have done something better, though. He had a clear-cut opportunity from that one as well. But look, that's another big chance. And Thistle really putting the pressure on. And it doesn't look like Port Hill really want to progress up the pitch. That's why they're kind of keeping it around their own box. And there's probably going to be a long ball played here quite soon. And I predicted that one right. And it's a header kind of into nobody there from Driver. But here comes Caden. He's asking for who's going to be there to play that through ball, and no one is. So he plays it to Leo Stark. Leo Stark's going to find a nice pass into Lando. Unfortunately, it blocks off, and now here come Port Hill on the counter. But Junior Jimmy has just been beaten there, which is a surprise. It's unlike Junior Jimmy to rush into a tackle like that, apart from that red card. But we'll pass that. But Junior Jimmy has done well, and he's kept very strong. And of course, Junior Jimmy has not won it, which I'm surprised, but Caden has. So it's all right. And Baps has got it, and having a bit of a WWE match there. But he's all good. Baps has a gold heart, so he's picked up the midfielder there and made sure he's all right. And that's a lovely little triangle around there. Port Hill's pressed there, and Trav looks here to, don't know really what to do, but as long as we don't lose it here, but he has lost it. And here comes Jamali, and he plays it over to their left winger, who has beaten Trav, and he's got the shot off. Baps, I think, had that one covered, and now it's gone out for a goal kick here. That's probably the biggest chance, I might say, that Port Hill's had this game. They haven't created any too clear-cut opportunities. That was a decent shot and might have had a chance if it had been on target. And it's unlike Junior Jimmy to be beaten like that, but I'm sure he won't let any Port Hill player get away with it again. Nice touch here from Fedel and a nice pass out to Trav. Trav's going to take his time and play it into Luke Jarvie, who's controlling this midfield at the moment, it seems, and he's playing a lovely lofted ball. But I don't think the centre-backs in our team, Luke Jarvie, are trying to play Kobe there. He's in blue, unfortunately, not the orange. It's all right. We flicked it on here again to Jamali, who's linking up play well at the moment for the last 5 minutes. And that's a lovely pass there from Possumus. But Junior Jimmy's done a nice little fake step over and he's got into space again, avoiding the one-man press. Ewan Kramer, oh, that touch will go on his TikTok, I'm sure. Might have to use a hair filter, though, because that trim should be illegal. Here comes Caden again. And nice pass into Jarvie, who's got acres of space there. And he's going to look to play a lovely lofted pass to Kobe Donnelly. Can Toby Donnelly get a good cross in? Unfortunately, that is offside. The flag has gone up. And I don't think Maisie would have finished it anyway, so it's okay. Maisie's gotten away with one there. Feel free to leave any comments in the live chat we've got going on at the moment. Be nice to see what people's thoughts are on the game and players that are playing well and any changes you would make. I would probably make a change to Ewan's trim, but I think I've repeated myself enough about that. Here comes a nice long ball, and it's just a little bit too much for that small right winger. Driver. Here comes Lando over to Jarvie now. I think Jarvie's trying to look to play another midfielder, but Ewan's not there, but now he's in the pocket. Jarvie's just going to go back to Junior Jimmy. He trusts Junior Jimmy with his life. We all do. Lovely, lovely pass over to Ewan to break up attack, and it's a great little slide tackle over to Leo Stark. That link-up play is amazing. And it's a great ball into Maisie, but he just can't get there. But Kobe has picked this up. Can he get another cross in to finish? Oh, it's another great save there from Burns. Well done, Burns. Two absolutely amazing saves in the first half there from Burns. He is a star keeper for this game. And keeping Port Hill in this, it should easily be 2-0 to Gisborne Thistle. And it's a great chance created there by Kobe. He's actually made some really good decisions today, Kobe, so far. Not from Leo, though. Not a great touch. And I'm hoping he will do a little bit better in the rest of the game. He has made some really intelligent runs, though, so we can't complain. And Trav's going to play an unnecessary long ball here. But it has got into Leo Stark. It's just a little bit too... Yeah, it's a foul there from Leo Stark, pushing the back. So now we'll wait and get Burns to kind of reset play for Port Hill and see if we can get Port Hill moving again. Maybe create another chance here. Oh, Keith's giving some suspicious stuff to Tam to put in his pocket down below. Don't know what that was about. Hopefully it's not his hair removal cream. I don't think Keith needs any more of that. It's a good pass over there to Port Hill's number 9. Leo Maisie likes that from Trav. It seems like Leo Maisie's trying to organise the team, as well as also organising class on Monday, which Aidan Norris is going to be in, which is a fun little fact for you guys. Another fun little fact is Ewan actually wears size 4 football boots. I don't make the facts, I'm just a messenger. That's what he told me earlier on today, that he's going to wear some size 4 football boots. He normally wears size 5, but he thought he'd go down a level just to get a bit more technical. It's worked. It's a good ball there from Maisie. Leo Stark's taking his time here, and he plays a good pass. I spoke too soon, and now it's over to Driver, who's going to drive down that wing, and I think it's just a great pass. I thought it might have been offside, and it could have been 1-0 very, very easily, and it was offside. My call was right there. But that easily could have been 1-0 if it wasn't offside. I think that is a warning there, and we just need to be careful that those long balls don't just suddenly make their way through. Let's see if Port Hill are going to make a press here on this offside free kick, or if Thistle are just going to go long. Maisie's picked it here on the outside of the box. He's going to try and get a shot off now. He's dribbled through the Port Hill defence. Can he get the shot? It's a great tackle there from the Port Hill defence to keep Leo Maisie out. I was sure that would have been a goal. When Leo Maisie has a little run like that, it always ends with some sort of big chance there. And you've got the substitute commentator here on the hill with his son, Ryan Mashtovich, standing there like the lion he is, the man of the house. Leo Stark's going to take this one instead of Luke Jarvie. I don't know why they would make that decision. Luke Jarvie's too small to header an under 8 tournament. It's a good ball there from Driver. Juniors stopped the attack briefly, but Port Hill have still been able to retain possession, and they are going to retain possession all the way back down to Kirkley. Kirkley's going to go down to Burns. Burns going to take a touch, and he's going to play it over to Mason. Mason's going to drive up the pitch here. And he's going to try and find a small little pass here. It's a nice turn. And he's beaten 3. Is that pass just a little bit too much maybe? And it's just gone out for a throw in here, which Feddle's going to take. Fun fact about Feddle is he's never tried an IPA. He enjoys his APA. He's had 3 APAs before, but never actually tried an IPA. So hopefully if maybe he gets a goal today, he can have his first time with an IPA. Big Feddle. Over to Leo Stark now, who's taking a touch just to shake that defender off, and Nick Landers linked up with him very nicely and then played a pass into no one. We know you're better than that, Lando. It's a lovely ball through there to Driver, and Baps has cleared it near me. I might be able to take a chest in control and finish the job that Leo Maisie can't do at the moment. But it's all good because he has that beautiful mullet, so even if it all goes wrong today, he can still shake that mullet about like he scored a hat-trick. Simmons is going to take this throw and he's going to loft it into Jamali there. Driver's going to play that in, and it's getting cleared by Ewan Kramer. Leo Maisie's going to do a one-man press again, but Lando's coming to support him here. They're going to give Port Hill some time to another long ball. And it's worked this time. And here comes Pothamus, who's going to then play Jamali, but it's cleared there by Feddle. And Mason's going to take this throw. Midfielder's asking for it, but he's going to loft it down the line here to Jamali again. Jamali's going to turn, and it's going to go out for a throw for Travis White here. Travis White's going to throw it into Jarvie. Jarvie's taken a dodgy touch, and he has been tackled there and dispossessed. Here they come now, Port Hill racing through, and I think that might just be a little bit offside, but Baps has collected it nevertheless. I think Baps will appreciate the catching practice. Baps is a bit confused who to play here. He doesn't want to play Jarvie again. He just lost the ball, so fair enough. Maisie has lost the ball as well, so probably not the right decision either. It's looking like Caden's the only one that can keep the ball at the moment, but can't expect it to be perfect after that upset 2 weeks ago, and I think Thistle have done well to come out and keep possession and look like more of the threatening team, but we just need to make sure that they don't dip in the next 10 minutes and maybe concede an undeserved goal, we could say. Another fun fact of the day, Luke Jarvie got 3 8s in his GCSEs. Just equivalent of 3 A stars. So not just a baller, but also got the nerdy brains to keep him alive. Maybe that helps him with his IQ on the pitch. Although I'd be lying if I said he had IQ. Travis White's received the ball here and kept it in play just. And he's going to look to play a lovely, lovely ball into Kobe, who's made that run, and he's got the ball in. Oh, it's unfortunate there from Kobe. He's made a really good run, and it's a really nice ball from Travis. Feddle's going to be strong here with Jamali, but Jamali has managed to keep the ball and then dispossessed by Travis again. Really good last 30 seconds from Travis, and Jarvie's played it over to Kramer. Kramer into Maisie. Maisie wasn't managed to get that. He's having a tough job up there. I feel like he's a little bit isolated. But I know Maisie doesn't mind that all the time, especially if he gets the goals. Kramer's going to take the ball here. And play it over to Caden. Leo Stark's done well there. And ref hasn't called that one as a foul. Maybe you would have seen it as a dive closer down there. But Stark's done well to take his man on there, and I thought he deserved a foul. Maisie's going to press here now. But Port Hill have managed to play it over to Driver, and Driver's kept that ball, and he's just going to try and find a bit of space so he can play another lofted pass. It seems like it's Port Hill's speciality, and Junior Jimmy has clearly obviously meant that, as it's Junior Jimmy, and he's built in a lab. Jarvie's done lovely step overs. Can he get this shot off now? He can. Oh, it's unfortunate there from Jarvie. We know he can't shoot, so we weren't really expecting anything more. But it's a good effort. The goalkeeper will be pleased. Three A stars can't get you the goals always, Jarvie. And Burns is going to play it out here to Mason. Mason's going to drive forward with the ball and look for... I think he's trying to look for the short passes now, as he has into the midfield. Mason is going to receive the ball back. Yep, he's received the ball back here, and he's going to turn out and play it back to Burns. And now Lando's really keen to get his first goal of the season. But it's been played through the middle. That's what normally happens. But Ewan Kramer has toe punted it forward with the quality he has. That's a Tam special. Ewan's probably still feeling it from the wedding last weekend. Went heavy on the orange juices. Luke Jarvie's calling for me. He's saying for me to come down and play because they're struggling, which would be fair enough. Put me on right wing. Keith's kept himself quite quiet. And Drew's showing his true colours now that he doesn't know anything about football. Jarvie's going to try and whip this one in. Or is he going to try and take a long shot? Yeah, he has tried to take the long shot. But the keeper has done well again. Burns has picked that one up and he's having a good game. Burns, he's keeping Port Hill in this. And actually, Port Hill are now slowly starting to get their way into this game. And I do feel a goal coming before half-time. Just can't predict who that might be. And it's a dodgy flick over to Caden. Caden's done his job so far. And Stark hasn't in that situation. But... can't complain. Stark's done a good job on that left. I think it's his preferred side rather than the right. He'll throw it in here. Play it over to Mason again. Mason takes a nice touch away from Maisie. And he is going to do some sort of dodgy fake shot thing. And it's a nice flick over there. And here comes Simmons. Simmons plays a nice ball over to their 9. Port Hill's 9 is going to come racing up against Trav. Trav is going to get beaten, but Ewan Kramer's there to clear it out. Well done from Ewan Kramer. He's learning the Brexit ways from Luke Jarvie and myself in training. Mason's going to pick this one up again. Mason looks very composed so far. Mason's going to try and play a half long ball, half pass into their midfield there, and the midfield's going to play it through outside the box. They're going to get the shot off, but Baps is almost as tall as the goal, so it's not really going to be a problem for him, and he'll appreciate the catching practice. And Drew wants them to play early, but no one really listens to Drew anyway. He just kind of talks a load about Wi-Fi broadband and FIFA packs, but kind of goes in one ear and out the other, and it's at training. As you can hear Drew, he's shouting all kinds of things, and no one's really listening to him. You don't listen to anyone else but Tam, that's the rule. Baps is going to chase this one. Let's hope he doesn't pull a hammy. And he's going to play it out here to Caden. And Caden is going to play this one out. It's unfortunate there. I don't think it's the best pass. But Caden also hadn't dropped off entirely best. But we're nearly 40 minutes into the half. That's a nice throw in there. But Junior Jimmy's going to win that header. He's like a fridge at the back there. You don't dribble around Junior Jimmy without either being taken out, killed, or tackled. Oh, and Lando's being kicked there, and he doesn't... I don't know how he reacted to that one. I don't know whether it was his crotch or his fingers, but Fiddle's giving it straight back to Port Hill here. And Port Hill are going to retain the possession, and I'm not going to complain about giving the ball back to themselves. Drew's annoyed with them because it's so quiet. And it looks like their confidence has dipped in the last 20 minutes. We had a really good patch from the 10th to the 20th minute, but it looks like it's dropped here today. And Baps is just going to keep possession, plays it into Lando, who's come in nicely. He's going to play it off to Jimmy Junior, who's gotten out wide. Caden wants the ball, but it's going to go back to Baps. And Baps is going to take a touch and look for a nice long ball over to Maisie. Can Maisie run faster than his car after he's gotten a speeding ticket? No, he can't. But Kobe's kept the ball here nicely, and Ewan Kramer's going to play a lovely ball into Stark, who's making some really intelligent runs, but it's not an intelligent cross, and it's being cleared out there, out to their winger. And he's done well there. Can he keep it? Can Kobe get in a bit of a tussle here? He's been beaten as well, and he's going to drive it down the wing. And he's going to keep going here, and Junior Jimmy's coming, and now you should be scared for your life. But he's not, and he's gotten around Junior Jimmy, and he's run it out of a corner. Out in the corner for a goal kick, and I think that's probably the safest approach when Junior Jimmy's coming at you, just to run it off the pitch. To be fair, both centre-backs today are pretty scary for Thistle. You're not getting past Daniel today, the man bun alone. It adds that kind of defensive aura. Let alone when he wears that magnificent cap. That beautiful glossy ginger hair. Feddle's screaming at them to come back midfield to get back and mark up driver. And Ewan Kramer listens like a good boy. As I was saying, you don't really want to be running at Junior Jimmy. He has a white belt in karate, and apparently he has knocked out every opponent he's come up against in his UFC time that he had briefly. He had a professional UFC career over in Japan. And Starks just played it back pretty pointlessly there, and he will get a telling off from Tam at half-time, I'm sure, for that. Tam will not like a rubbish pass like that, considering Starks' quality, and is Feddle going to be able to cover that? And he has been able to. It's gone out for another goal kick for Baps to take. So 34 minutes in. This will probably look like the stronger team with a little bit of dips throughout the first half. I think the fullbacks have looked really good today. And I think Port Hill are unlucky with a few of their chances. They're just not on the same wavelength. And that's nice from Stark, but the referee is given a push there, and Nick Land doesn't really agree, but it's going to be a foul nevertheless. Stark's going to get back in position with Maisie as well, into a low block, or maybe a mid-block. Nice little attendance here today. About 200 people maybe, including the people at the clubhouse. And you've got Pro Roofing playing on the other pitch there behind the first team. Nice lofted cross in there. Can Baps make the most of this? And it's a good punch from Baps. Drew will have to take notes, as Drew likes to handle the ball outside of the box. Kobe's dribbled that one out, but it's better than a goal. So we have to stay positive here, Thistle, and just see this next line of attack out. It's a good throw in there, and Jarvie's obviously too small to win that header, and Junior Jim will have to clear up from him. But he has won that one, which I think is his... Oh, and then he's won another one, and I think that's his first 2 headers of the whole season. And Junior Jimmy's kicked it into Feddle, and can Driver make the most of it? No, Junior Jimmy is a fridge again, and smashed into Driver to make sure that he doesn't get any kind of chance away. And Nick Land's been kicked there, and that might be advantage, but here comes Maisie. Can he make the most out of this one? He's going to play it over to Start, but it's just been intercepted, and Kramer's going to play a lovely ball over to Kobe. And can Kobe get a cross in here? Unfortunate there, but it's a great first-time ball from Ewan, and he's going to put that on his TikTok. It's just a shame he has no followers, and no one actually really likes him. But it's a few tidy passes from Thistle. I think they're accidentally resembling a real football team here. But then again, some of the passes are a little bit haywire. That's a strange ball, and it nearly went in there. I think it was a weird kind of knuckleball there from Jarvie, and the defence didn't know much about it. But Maisie's picked this up and didn't let it go out, just in case. And he's played a ball somewhere. But Feddle's played it over to Luke Jarvie, and his legs are just too little to reach that. And now he's having a go at Lydia here. Or maybe he's flirting. And he's gone down here with a bit of cramp. Can't handle my jokes. He should be okay. I know Luke Jarvie is a tough cookie. Oh, it's not Lydia, it's our physio Ruth. I'll have a small drinks break here with about 8 minutes to go, included added time. think Leo Maisie's going to just be kind of telling the boys that they've been unlucky with a lot of the chances, and he's probably going to apologise for some of the chances he might have missed, or maybe made some better runs to get on those crosses that Kobe's been putting in and Stark's been putting in. But I think it should be positive in that little team talk at the moment, because they have looked like the better team and they have made some really dangerous chances, and I think Burns have kept Port Hill in this game. So Maisie's now organising, I think, the front three. He's talking to Stark there and talking to Kobe and asking them to, I think, play more long balls over the top. I think he feels like he can beat their defence in pace, which is normally the case in most games. Slew tends to have quite a quick two legs, but clearly a quicker car. It's a shame he can't control his car, hence the dents. Trav didn't really want to hear anything Leo Maisie had to say. Classic Trav. Just because you can fix a car doesn't mean you can win a game of football, Trav. And he's going to pretend he's the physio, and really he's just a big teddy bear. But he's my teddy bear, and that's the most important thing. Luke Jarvis still off here, just getting a bit of treatment, but I'm sure it looks positive down there that Ruth's saying he should be coming back on. And it's a nice little header there, and Trav's trying to shove him off, but he's done well on the wing. Kobe's picked it up and taken a bouncy touch, and he has used his hand to control it, but the ref thinks it's ball to hand, and there might have been a foul there, and Driver has given a foul, and they kicked the ball away, but Nixon doesn't want to punish him for that. And now Maisie's shouting at me, telling me to be louder. But I don't really tend to listen to Maisie anyway. Looking like Trav needs a bit of a haircut at the moment. His hair's looking quite frizzy, but it doesn't affect the ball that he puts in, because it's a nice ball to Maisie. It's just a shame he didn't make it there. Trav tends to get a low fade when he goes to the barbers, but I think he recently got a mid fade, which the fans liked. But his hair isn't actually permed. It's all natural, which is a big tick in the box if I was a girl going on a date with Trav. And that's a nice ball from Jarvis. He's done a nice turn there. I think he was faking the injury personally, but it's a nice pass into Kobe. Beautiful there, link-up play. And now can Kobe take this man on? Unfortunately not, but it was nice play there from Ewan and Trav and Kobe there. And now here comes Port Hill's skipper for the day. And Driver's now coming to the midfield, and they put Jamali out on the right wing. Maybe Driver's playing that false nine kind of position now. But Jamali's going to make a big tackle, but not too big. So he feels bad for Jarvi, being 5'6". Here comes Port Hill's midfield. Again, they haven't really got the numbers, and Port Hill don't really step up extremely quickly. And that's probably because they just want to retain possession at the moment, which is what they're going to do. Mason's now on the ball. So nice long ball there to Jamali. Caden's coming there for cover, and Driver's played a ball into nobody, and Baps is going to, again, appreciate the catching practice. And here comes Stark again, not looking to take his man on that deep. And it's a good ball, and it's a good touch from Maisie there. And Maisie's then going to play a lovely, lovely ball over to Kobe. And I think that team talk, and that's a great control. And now Trav's going to come forward and pass it first time into Jarvi. Jarvi's taken an unpredictable touch, but he's done well there. And Leo Maisie's fuming they didn't get that pass first time, and now Jarvi's kind of doing a little bit too much and has played it out for a goal kick, which is a shame because Maisie did really well there. A nice touch and a nice ball over to Kobe. Let's just hope that Leo Maisie doesn't crash out. Leo Maisie's not going to press this one. I think that team talk down there for that drinks break was probably talking about more long balls, which it seems like Thistle are starting to do now, especially the front three are starting to do. Whereas the midfield are starting to play a bit more short passing. But it's good football at the moment from Thistle. Jarvi's going to take it around here, but he's, again, lost the ball again. And maybe it's that cramp that's kind of stopping him from having the ability he normally has. But that's a great pass and a great turn from Maisie. And Maisie's on fire now. Can he get the shot off here? And he has, and it's another great save from Burns. But Maisie is having a really, really good last 10 minutes before the half ends. He's looking electric and a real danger man in that attack, and like I said, he sometimes does like to be isolated when he gets passes like that from Trav, and I've got to give credit to Trav. He's made some really nice first time two-touch passing. in this first half. And that's a lovely turn around there. And Thistle has given the foul away, and I think he knows it. And they're just going to give Thistle a warning here. But you better be careful, Nixon. Thistle's got a dark side to him, and say the wrong thing, he will use his ginger powers on you. But Thistle knows, and he's going to get in position here with Jimmy Jr. Perhaps he's thinking on what to do in this situation. It's a bit too far away from a shot, I would have thought. You wouldn't want to test Baps. He is a Spider-Man in goal, even at the big age of 21 that he is. Don't question it. He is 21. Here we go. Nice lofted ball here from Mason. Not the height I think he probably wanted on that ball, but it's still here in Port Hill's favour, and they're going to retain possession again. And they're probably going to look for a long ball here or a little pass in, and Kobe's now picked this up. Can we make a goal out of this? Maisie hasn't got the pace there, and I think Kobe should have done a little bit better to play a nicer pass into Maisie there, and Fiddle's missed it, but Junior is there again, and Baps has killed Junior. Or maybe Baps has been killed by Junior. Junior's kind of saying that there should have been a push there and maybe a potential foul, but Nixon disagrees. And Junior seems pretty annoyed. I hope Baps is okay and it's not too much of an injury. You've got the young Jake Tester on the bench today. 15 years of age. Acts like he's 28. Looks like he's 45. But talks like he's 5. And there's a great ball there from Port Hill around the back post. Can Mason get a head on it? And I think he's missed, thinks the goal's bigger than it is. But he's put his thumbs up, and I think apologise for that terrible header. But Port Hill will get into shape here. Looks like they're going to be a bit more aggressive with the front three now as Driver's moved into the striker position and Jamali's moved out onto right wing. Big kick here from Baps. Lovely, lovely kick out into Jamali, unfortunately. And I thought Caden should have done a bit better there, but Jamali's going to come down the wing. I don't think pace is his strongest attribute, but he's going to play a lovely ball into Driver there, who's going to hold up ball here. And Junior Jimmy's on his back there, and Driver looks a bit scared. Going to play it out here. And Simmons is going to pick the ball up, and there was a foul there. Junior Jimmy's going to get in position again and set up for this free kick. Baps doesn't look too worried. He's going to say a wall of 3 or maybe 4. It's been a good half of football so far. Definitely in Thistle's favour, I would still say, with Maisie looking pretty good in the last 5 minutes. But basically the end of the half now, I'd say this is maybe the last kick of the game. There hasn't been too many stoppages. And I think Tam won't be over the moon, but he'll be happy with the performance and that we haven't conceded early on, and it's 0-0 at half time, and we are definitely most in this and looking for those 3 points. It's not a great attempt there from Mason, although he has been good this game. Big kick here from Baps. It's a great kick from Baps. He's definitely improved from that last goal kick he took, and it's flicked onto Stark, and Stark's going to take the ball here and look for a lovely overhang over to Kobe. Is Kobe offside here? He hasn't really done much, and that might have been a pass back. Nixon doesn't want anything to do with that. I think that could have been a pass back there, as it was a pretty obvious kick back to the keeper, but no one's really complained too much about it, and a bit of a tussle there from Jarvie, and it's ended the half with 0-0, which isn't too bad for Thistle. And no one looks too happy or too upset. I think people are pretty content with that. Jarvie's back over there with Ruth. Let's hope he's keeping it professional down there. Burns should be pleased with that first half. He's made 2 humongous saves, and again, it could still easily be 2-0 to Thistle, and they know they've got a bit of a job here to beat Burns, as he's got that confidence firing through his veins. But I think Tam's word at half time, I think he will probably be saying it's good football. We need to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal, and maybe some better passes at times or better decisions. I think the wingers sometimes are taking on players when they don't need to, but huge improvement from other games in the past, and some really nice football being played. Here comes our mascot Charlie Harvey, who's warming up with Corey Land, who actually broke into our house over the weekend with Kobe. So cheers to that, Corey. He turned our hot water off.
Technically, can I just leave the replays playing for take a leak.
We're joined by the under-15s today. We have Leo Samatsu doing a little flip-flap. And we've got Harvey over there with Hunter and Leroy. And Micah down below. They've got a big game tomorrow against Napier City Rovers for the CDL League, which me and Drew will be taking on that one. They've done really well this week, and me and Drew have high hopes for them tomorrow, even after a pretty unfair loss against Palmerston North, and that was pretty special from Harvey. But can't actually see them in shot. They're over there kicking the ball around, having a bit of fun. And then we've got Jay here pushing Corey. I think he's trying to back me after breaking into my house. And Aidan had a good game for the Rezzies earlier. Norris. And Ryan's still teaching Bosch how to shoot. But you can't teach what you don't know, Ryan. Diego's back in the squad today after being out for about 4 weeks with a hamstring injury after getting clipped by United's captain at the start of the season. And Diego is looking to get maybe a few minutes here and to show what he's really worth, as he hasn't really been able to show his quality after coming out of the Chilean professional leagues. obvious kick back to the keeper, but no one's really complaining too much about it. Bit of a composure on a little bit better to play a nice pass. Maisie there, and Fiddle's missed it, but Junior is there again. And that just kills Junior. That's a lovely turn. Fiddle must be I'm just going to give Fiddle a warning there. Be really careful, Nixon. Just going to show some replays here from the first half. This is Luke Jarvie's nice attack here. Port Hill are coming out ready for the second half. Small team talk from them, but I don't think they're going to be too displeased with that half that they've just had. I think they literally need to be more clinical in the final third, and they should pick up a few goals there, as their back four and midfield three have actually been quite strong defensively and good at retaining that ball. But again, I think Thistle need to be a bit more clinical in front of goal. They've made some good chances on the edge of the box, but it's more putting it in the back of the net is the issue today, which normally doesn't seem to be the issue for Maisie, with 7 goals this season. So no changes here for Thistle, and no changes here for Port Hill. Same starting 11 for both. Port Hill will kick us off here. He's lost his arms, but doesn't seem to change his ability on the ball, which is near to none anyway, so it's okay. I think this is going to be an interesting half. Really, really highly doubt it will stay 0-0, but I really do think that whoever gets that first goal today is going to make a big improvement.
How you doing, you alright?
Yeah, enjoying your new role?
My new role, yeah. I've been sacked as a player and hired as a commentator.
How are you?
But yeah, that's fun. It's all good. How you doing?
Alright.
Yeah?
Good to see some goals though, isn't
I
it?
know. Have you watched the were you here for the first goal?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, Maisie, Leo's done. He's been up and down a bit. He's been really good for like the last 10 minutes there. A little bit. Up and down, but I do think he'll get a goal. I think he's just not used to this. They've got a quite decent back four. And normally he's used to a slow set back.
Okay.
Louis and what?
No, yeah.
You don't mind me sitting here while you do that, do you?
You want a microphone? You can
You can be assistant.
No, I don't. Hey, what I know about the game you can put on my thumb. Hell.
You just say they've got it, we've got it, we've got it, they've got it.
Who is this team?
Port Hill.
Okay. Cold day.
It's
You'll be
actually,
feeling like you're at home.
I know, not bad. It's still colder than this, but it's nice and sheltered back here, so I'm not feeling the cold too much as it is down there.
How's Bruce's recovery going?
He's meant to play next weekend,
Oh, okay.
but he's meant to be out for the season, so
How many weeks since he's...
Oh, did he in the injury?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, I thought it was not that long, is it?
He doesn't think he wants to play football going forward for next year.
Okay.
So he's like, I may as well just play this season. If I get into the I think that's his mindset.
Are you settling in okay?
We've run out of hot water, do you know about that?
No.
Oh, Leo, what's not Leo strikes? We've got, they didn't cancel the gas bill, and so it's still in their name, so we can't pay the gas bill. So because we can't pay it, they then finally switch it off in the week. And they then have to pay it for us, all the debts that they owe the gas company, before we can then cancel that contract and sign another contract with someone else. So it's going to take ages until we do it. But anyway, they're out here.
Gisborne Thistle coming out onto the pitch. A long team talk there, but they look energetic, and Luke Jarvie looks all good to come and set to play. He's just going to stretch out that calf. It looks like he's got cramping. It's all those minces he's been eating and those cupcakes. So Driver has gone up front, I think it appears to be. And Jamali comes on the right wing. Which is not a bad swap. Because I think Driver might have a little bit more acceleration, which is what they're looking for here. But it is a bit pointless when you have Junior Jimmy at the back. So yeah, no changes for Thistle. And we will start this game with Jarvie going in the press with Leo Maisie. The 1-1-4 Balance Street link up. And Driver's going to kick us off here when Nixon is ready. But he seems to be having a bit of a gossip. Hurry up, Nixon. Oh, it's Babs. There's Babs. Looking sharp and fit and ready to keep that clean sheet here today. As I'm sure Fedel and Junior Jimmy will want to do. To prove me wrong. And to show me why I shouldn't be in the starting 11. And here we go, start of the second half. And Port Hill have kicked us off nicely. They're looking a little bit more fiery, but they have lost it. And Ewan Kramer has no composure, just like he is when he talks to girls. But Maisie's done a lovely header, and apparently it has gone out there. I think Maisie knows it, as he's not really throwing much of a fuss about it. And we know that Maisie likes to throw a fuss about things. And Port Hill have retained possession here. Mason's going to play it over. And play it back to Burns. Burns is going to keep the ball nice and composed there before playing a long ball over into the midfield. And Lando's going to come and do a big sweeping challenge back to Trav White here. He plays it over to Jimmy Junior. Jimmy Junior is looking to play that pass back into Trav, who's actually inverted as a midfielder. Who would have thought Trav White has inverted as a midfielder from right back? But he's done a really good job there, considering it's not his normal position, and he's used to playing left back. So fair play to him. No one's on the back of Driver there. Driver's got space to play Port Hill into the final third. That might be offside, and it might be a little flick there from Trav White, but he's been beaten nonetheless, and they're looking to get a ball in here. And playing it into Driver, who gets the shot off, but Baps is... I trust Baps with my life, just as I do with Junior and Jimmy. Leo Maisie's done a nice touch to Leo Stark here. Leo Stark's looking to drive forward, but not with pace, because he wants to play that ball to Leo Maisie, but I don't think Maisie was even watching, and it turned into nothing by the end of it. And Burns has the ball again. Playing it over to Mason. Baps is asking for more work, because we're just giving them a bit too much time on the ball, and I think this will know here that they should be getting a goal, but Trav White's been beaten again there on the right side, and Fedel now has to take him on, but we have trust in Fedel. And of course we do, as Leo Stark's now picked up the ball, and he's done a bit of a nothingy clearance. I expect better there from Leo Stark. Mason picks up the ball again, and he's playing it into Providence, and Providence has been tackled, and that is, I think, about 4 miles offside, and Luke Jarvie's asking for it. And he's got what he wanted. And Drew wants them to play early. They won't because no one listens to Luke or Drew. And Junior's gone round driver there pretty easily, and Lando's now taking a nice touch and taking a second touch to go back around into Jarvie. Can Jarvie get past? And he has, and he's flicked it onto Ewan, and Ewan's played a bit of a rush pass there into Kirkley, who's gone back into Jarvie, and Ewan's now going to pick this ball up and play it over to Trav White. Trav White's going to pick up the ball and flick a ball over to Leo Stark, which you can probably get more conversation out of a library than you can with Leo Stark. And then Luke Jarvie's going to play a lovely slip-through ball there to Leo Stark, but didn't want anything to do with it. Maybe Leo's hair was getting in his way. Amazing buzz. Absolutely mogs Ewan. And Ewan Kramer's going to take this free kick. Or corner, should I say. And Burns is going to get bullied in the back there, but I wouldn't suggest that Kobe is that person to do so. But I think Maisie really wants a goal here, and he's going to make a run on the back post, and Ewan makes quite a good ball in the middle there, and Stark didn't really want anything to do with that, and Maisie doesn't really want to do anything with that, but Trav does, and he's going to take that classic Trav long shot. I think Trav's shoe needs a wheel alignment. Classic Trav long shot. And Kirkley picks up the ball here. He's going to drive forward for Port Hill with the slowest pace I've ever seen. And he's going to play a very good long ball though over. And does Trav want anything to do with it? He's briefly stopped the attack, and apparently this is some sort of foul, and we're going to play early now. And I think Thistle probably had that conversation in the changing room that they wanted to get a goal early here, and I think they know that they deserve one, so they're playing everything quite quickly and they're rushing things, but not necessarily a bad thing when you're in a 0-0 state and you're trying to come back from a 3-1 upset. And that has gone out for a corner. Kobe called it and he got it right. Ryan's gone over to the other hill now to watch over his children, Luke Jarvie, who is too afraid to stay in the 114 house. I think Drew is a scary person to live with at times. You don't know what he's going to get up to in the night, so Luke just preferred to stay at Ryan's house. But he does put a nice ball in here, and it's unfortunate there. It's hit the side netting. So I'm saying unlucky there, but I don't think it was unlucky. I think it was poor. I expect better from Jarvie.
Nice ball in here, it is.
We play over them, and Mason. Mason's going to drive forward with the ball a little bit faster than Kirkley did. And he's also going to play a bit of a strange long ball, but it's a nice long ball, and it's into Driver, and Driver's going to play over the top. And here comes Port Hill on the left wing, but Junior Jimmy there again. And he has sent him again, Junior Jimmy. He doesn't have a weakness, I've just checked. And yeah, the reports are in, and he has no weaknesses. It's a high clearance from Burns, but it's a better kick than Drew Churchwell can do. And it's a nice touch there from Lando, and I don't know about a foul there. I think that was a bit of a 50-50, but I never agree with Nixon anyway.
It's a high clearance.
I'm biased.
It's a better kick than Drew Churchwell can do. It's a nice touch there from Lando, and I don't know about a foul there. I think it was a bit 50-50.
Here comes Mason, another long ball, and it's not a great one. It's straight to Leo Stark, and they should be going the attack quite quickly here. He's going to look to play that ball into Lando, who's found himself on the left wing. Can Maisie make a good run? It's just a little bit too quick for Lando, but he's going to see if he can try and retain possession into Stark, but Stark's done okay just to push the player off a bit so he can keep that ball, and now Ewan's going to pick the ball up and try and play Trav, but I think Trav's now being marked, so Ewan's going to play that dodgy long ball that he likes to play over to Kobe, and Kobe didn't want anything to do with that. So now here come Port Hill, and it's turning into a bit of a basketball game, but Driver, you shouldn't even try and make this Junior Jimmy. It's super fast and blooming it. I think Bax wants that back to England. Port Hill are going to slow it down a bit, and Kobe's going to come back and try and help Junior Jimmy, but Fedor is going to make that tackle. That big ginger stallion getting in the way. Nothing goes through Fedor, and if it does, Junior Jimmy will kill you. Here comes Jarvie. He's going to look for a long ball, but no long ball's on, so he's just going to play Trav White, and Trav White's going to drive up the wing. He's going to play it into Maisie, who's coming short, and Maisie's going to do another bit of an unnecessary flick on someone that isn't going to be there. Burns has the ball again. He's going to play it into Mason. Mason and Burns have linked up nicely today, but not really done too many dangerous balls. Now it's coming over to Stark, who's been absolutely clattered. And Nixon thinks it's a foul. And I think Tam's laughing because I think Stark's just being cleared out of the game there.
Coming over to Stark, who's been absolutely clattered. And Nixon.
It's a pretty content game, to be fair. When you don't have me on the pitch, it keeps it pretty nice and non-violent. I don't think Tam's looking to make any subs straight away. I think, to be fair, most of the boys on the pitch right now have looked pretty positive. It's just about getting that ball in the back of the net, which I'm hoping something can come from this. But no one's really in there. And I think, yeah, Luke Jarvie is rightly annoyed, and it's a great punch away from Burns, but Jarvie should be annoyed with that as Maisie's nowhere near. Look at this, here he goes. And is that Mason that's been knocked out there by his own player, Burns? You've got to be challenged for him, as that's what Tam's saying. He's got to challenge for those balls that come in. And I think, to be fair, Mason's more of a dangerous run as the main man up there, and being 5'11", Leo Maisie is. I'm obviously 6'1", so a lot taller than Leo Maisie. But I'm not as old as Leo Maisie, but Leo Maisie's not as old as his brother, so that's the main thing. Happy birthday to Ryan, and big shout out to Marley Evans from Australia. And Sawley Duncanson, he's probably not listening right now. Hope they're having a good time and the weather's a bit better in Australia than it is over here. Here we go, here Port Hill come again. I'm going to play it into the midfield here. Maisie's got that and he's done well there to get back. And can he play it into Lando? And he's taken a little bit too long, but he's done a nice little back heel, and Lando's now going to look to play to Stark. Or is he going to just take that shot? It's not the best attempt, but I like the idea. And oh, it's a great touch from the grandmas sitting on the stand there. Caden's throwing it into Ewan, who's got loads of time and space, but Driver's coming up the back end of him, and someone should have given him a shout there, but Ewan, you should be playing it a little bit quicker, buddy. And now here comes Junior Jimmy, who's going to pick it up, and I think should just do the simple, and now he's been knocked to the floor, and now it's a 1v1 situation. Can Fedel block this? And he can, and he's done very, very, very well. As Junior Jimmy knows he's made a bit of a mistake, and I don't know if he's on the floor because he's feeling embarrassed or he's injured. That is an unlikely situation from Junior Jimmy there. Could have easily been 1-0 to Port Hill, and we've got to be careful here that we don't make silly mistakes. Leo Maisie's just going to come and check on him. I'm just going to ask Keith Tester if I need to be subbed on. We've got a Port Hill substitute here having a boxing match on the sideline. Don't know what he's doing, but it's always those kind of kids that think they're on it and then not. So let's see what he can bring. Tam's still not looking for the bench, but now Charlie Harvey, our mascot, he's going to come and have a little warm-up. There must be some sort of charity program going on. And the fans are shouting to Leo. We're just going to give some treatment to Junior Jimmy here. I don't really know what happened. It just looked like a bit of a 50-50 and a bit of an unnecessary skill from Junior Jimmy, but he is limping off. It looks like it's the right leg. So I think it just needs some cold spray and he should be all good. Otherwise we might have to go to a 3-back here. Port Hill have done well and keeping some big chances out after Thistle were piling the pressure on around the 20th minute in the first half, but it's not a great pass, but Jarvie can just make that, and he's done a nice touch around there into the midfield to open up space for him, and Maisie's now come into the midfield and he's played a beautiful ball to Stark. Can Stark finish it? Oh, it's unfortunate, and I think he should have maybe taken a touch, but I can understand why he took that first time. It is a great build-up play there, considering Jarvie. I think Jarvie's done very, very well to get round, and Maisie's played a really nice ball to Stark there, and I do expect better from Stark. I think he knows that as well. It's 2 big chances now. He's swindled into the midfield there. Port Hill are going to turn on it. Skilton has lost it into Jarvie, and Jarvie's going to take the ball and he's going to play a ball into Maisie, and Maisie is not going to want anything to do with that. Just like he doesn't want anything to do with paying our bills, which is annoying. Leo Stark actually has a degree in architecture, but he hasn't actually finalised any builds yet. He was considering building a life-size model of his leg, of his right foot. As you know, we know how much he has a love for his left foot or his right foot. So he's there's plans for him to build that in Gisborne, but hasn't been confirmed from the council yet. But he's got the degree. Anyway, here comes Port Hill, and Thistle has been pushed out of the way here. This is a strong attack here, and they make it 1-0. They've gone round backs, but it's a good clearance. And Ewan's done well, and it is a foul there. Well done, Ewan, for winning that foul, because it did look like there could be a potential goal there. And I think the defence have to be careful.
They've gone round backs, but it's a good clearance. And Ewan's done well.
It's quite dangerous on there. And Bats will take that free kick. I think he was a bit nervous there after he got beaten, and Maisie just misses the headers. But Jarvie, that's his third header today. It's a nice little flick on, but Feddle's touched it down to Kramer, and Kramer's going to play it over to Lando, and Nick Land's going to play it on to Jarvie, and this is a nice play here, but Lando's been dispossessed and Port Hill come firing, and there's a nice ball, but Feddle's intercepted. Port Hill come again, and they've gone round one, and Trout's been able to block it out, and now Jarvie can turn on it. And referee, have a word. Played it quickly. Mason's going to chase this, and Mason's just going to get rid of it, but it is a good spot to keep the attack going for Thistle. I think Tam's going to look to make changes soon, or Port Hill are making changes. So Jamali's coming off, and replacing him seems to be no one. Is their number 10, Robotham. I don't know if that's his stage name, or he actually plays under that, but Robotham, number 10, is coming on, and Driver's going back out to the wing, it looks like, and they're pushing up one of their midfielders into striker. So they've changed around a little bit, but they seem to know where to be, so it's maybe something they do often. Nick Land has kept the ball up high, and Trav's wanting to whip one in quickly, and Maisie's just got headed to it, but Burns has caught that nicely, and he's not going to be complaining about that shot. Big nice kick there, Junior. Junior doesn't really want much to do with it, but Caden does, and Caden's tucked it down to Junior, and Junior's played it into Kramer, and Kramer's now going to turn on this one. Kramer's going to play it into Luke Jarvie. Luke Jarvie's taken a bit of a dodgy touch, and now he's been taken out, and Nixon's going to give that foul, and Keith is absolutely fuming with that one, and so is Drew Churchwell, but no one's really threatened by Drew, so it's a bit pointless him shouting about it. And here comes Jarvie, playing it into Maisie, and Maisie's going to take a touch around the defender, but he doesn't manage to get around it. Maisie takes another touch, now he's going to slip it into Lando. Nick Land's going to retain it and do some sort of turn that nearly skilled his own feet up, and Jarvie's now going to look to get the shot off here, but he's might have been a quick foul there, and now Jarvie's been hit in the head, and it looks like he's in the walls, just getting bullied in there by the midfield. Maybe could have got a shot off, but Kramer's got it nevertheless, and he's going to play it out to Trav White. Trav White's nearly been dispossessed, but played it out to Kobe Donnelly, who is looking for the overlap there with Trav White, but maybe just played a little bit too early there from Kobe, and it has gone out for a throw-in for Thistle, but this is better. This is better from Thistle, and it's positive stuff, and Maisie's starting to come into the game again, which is really important if Thistle want a goal here. I'm sure Maisie's wanting to get to double digits quite soon. It's looking like a very tight game, and one goal could completely change it here at Childers Road on this gloomy grey day. 15 minutes into the second half. Land's going to try and fend him off, but failed to do so, and now here comes Driver, who's running slower than my man. And now Mason's going to pick up the ball again. Hopefully he can run a bit faster, and he's going to play it into the midfield, and the midfield are going to turn on this one and pass it into their skipper here, and Feddle's picked that up nicely and played it to an imaginary Trav White. There's only one Trav White, Feddle. It's gone back to Mason here. Mason's going to take it forward and probably look for a long ball, but he can't find one, so he plays it into Robotham. And Robotham drives forward with it. Robotham plays it out into their left-sided wing, and they're coming back in the box now, and this is looking kind of dangerous. But Junior Jimmy is there again, and he's not going to be beaten for a second time, and he doesn't, and it's out for a throw for Thistle. Drew wants them to press higher. Yeah, Maisie tells them to do one. Tam checks his watch. We're 20 minutes in, Tam. Two ex-Thistle players coming down here to watch today. We've got Corey, who's come down from Wellington after being injured and had a successful operation on his ACL. And same with ex-goalkeeper Kale, who's just come back from one operation as well and looks to recover and get back in the team. That's a big push there from Maisie, but it hasn't been called as a foul yet. But now it has. Maisie seems a bit annoyed by that, but giving it back to Burns. And Mason looks here to play the free kick.
Get back in the team. That's a big push there from Maisie, but it hasn't been called as a foul yet.
And here comes Thistle's first sub, Diego, looking to get some minutes in the tank after being out for about 4 or 5 weeks. And I think it is probably the right decision. He's got quick feet, and when he's on his game, he can be real dangerous after having that professional career out in Chile. Junior Jimmy's controlled that very nicely, and Babs wants that ball, and he's going to try and play that into Lando, but he doesn't. He clicks over to Maisie, and he's been pushed down pretty hard, and yeah, that is definitely a foul, I would say there. And Diego's going to make his first appearance off the bench for Thistle. Thistle's going to come off, so they are putting Diego coming into midfield and maybe Nick Land at centre back. Nice little police chase going on over there in Gisborne. Let's hope it's not after Maisie's driving fault, and it's a nice little header, but just a bit too far wide. Burns will take the goal kick quickly, and Mason's going to come forward here. Perfect. Mason. Flips into Driver here. Driver into the midfield. Back into Driver again. It's nice play, and it's been given a foul by Nixon. Mason's asking everyone to calm down here as he takes this free kick, clipping into Thistle territory. Ewan has won that header very well, considering his 5'3" head, and Diego's done well dribbling around everyone. And this is the Diego we know from training, but he could have maybe played that pass a little bit earlier. And now he's played a bit of a strange long ball into Leo. I don't think that was the right decision that late. And Nick Land has gone into centre back, which I don't think is a bad decision. Lando's a bit of a versatile player, so pretty much for muchness there, Fedor and Lando in centre back. But meaning we can get a bit more attacking threat in that 10, and Jarvie sits in with the 8 next to Ewan, who'll probably play more as a 6 now. Throw in there for Trav White. Lofted ball into Leo Maisie there, and Leo Maisie's just done a bit of a heavy touch and been dispossessed there by Port Hill's midfield, and it's going to come out here wide, and it's going to be a 1v1 situation for Trav, and Trav has lost that 1v1 battle, and they're going to keep driving forward, and it's a bit of a dodgy touch, but he keeps going, and Junior comes in and smashes them to the floor, and they've kept possession here, and they're still going to get closer and closer to the goal, and it's 1v1 here, but it's a poor touch, and it is offside, so bit of a warning though for Thistle. I'm going to play Trav White out here. Going to play into Leo Maisie, who's done a nice little flick. He's liking those flicks today. Starts making that offside run, but I don't think he is offside. Oh, he's just missed it. And it isn't offside. The flag hasn't been raised, and it was a great pass through from Leo Maisie. And a great run. I think the defence was a little bit lopsided there, with Skilton playing everyone on. I think it was there. I think Skilton's gone into the back now. And he's not very familiar with that centre-back role, as it seems so far. Mason's asking everyone to come towards him. He's asking for a fight. I'm sure Leo Maisie will give it to him. Look at him now, he's really shouting on the pitch, and Caden's retained possession. Caden's done really well. Hasn't really made many mistakes, and he's done the simple decision, and it's just kept us in that game. And he's covered well when Junior Jimmy or Fedel has not been quite managed to make it. And Jarvis going to turn on this one. And can he play it in under 6 touches? No, he can't. He's going to find, there we go, he found Caden very nicely. And back to Luke Jarvie now. Jarvie's going to play it over to Ewan there. That link up between them two has been really positive today. Travis is now going to come around here on the right side, but he's lost possession lazily. He wasn't really under pressure, and that is Tam's biggest annoyance, he said in his recent interviews, is that he feels Thistle give the ball away under no pressure, which is being shown here today. Port Hill haven't really been putting on heaps of pressure, and the ball has been lost on numerous occasions. But like I said, we can't accidentally look like an actual football team. Here comes Lando, bang, and he wants that ball. And is he going to get the second one? Yes, he does. It's good defending there from Lando, and then he settles back into his own position. Shout out the free up chat. Shout out Sharpthorne. Got a shout out the home country, one on the mic. It's a nice lofted ball there into the left wing. And another pass there into the number 9 today. And it's a good tackle from Junior Jimmy to go out for another corner, which Nixon's going to instruct. See this game maybe thistling out to a 0-0 now that chances haven't really been huge in the second half so far. Definitely not as big as they were in the first half. But Driver's going to whip one in here. I hope I haven't just ate my own words. And Junior Jimmy clears this away, and Diego's going to come running in now and does a nice big 50-50 to keep the ball. And Maisie's going to accelerate forward and gets round the skipper, and Junior Jimmy's making a run on the left wing, and it's going forward now. This is a great attack, but it's not a great pass. But Stark's in here, and can he finish it? He's just taken a bit too long, and that is a real shame because Stark should have buried that one. And Maisie's done really well with Diego there to find that attack, and that is a big chance. And that is what I've been talking about, that the Thistle have missed in the second half if they want to go and win this game. But Stark really should have put that one away. He had a lot of time on the ball, and he just didn't really take his chance. It almost looked like he thought he was offside. But Ewan Kramer's going to take the corner here, and maybe we can find something from this. Maisie should be happy with that little run he had on the left wing. Ball comes in. Leo Stark's going to get up for it, and he just misses it, and I think that's going to go out for a goal kick, which it does. It's a shame. I thought Leo Stark could have got on that, and I do think Leo Stark's played quite well today, but just missed his chances, really. He's been in the right places, and he's made the right decisions when he's in that box, and he's got to do the final piece of the puzzle. He's just kind of not done what he's supposed to do. Here comes Burns. Big kick from Burns. Burns' kicking has been good today. Lando's missed the header, and the midfield have touched it down. Trav's got his foot in there, though. Still, I think needs a bit of repairs on his feet before he starts fixing cars. And Ewan's going to turn and play it out to Trav, and Trav's going to drive forward here and looking for Stark. He loves that diagonal ball, but I think that's more to Burns, Trav, than Stark. Burns is going to throw it out here to the skipper. Jarvie's going to come and press this. He thinks he can win this with his tiny little gnome legs, but he's been pulled off the ball, and Nixon knows it. And Jarvie's getting a bit frustrated now in the midfield. I do think Thistle are going to start to get frustrated if they don't find a goal in the next 10 minutes. Diego has the ball here, and he looks comfortable with it. Back to Jarvie. Drew, you need to shut up, mate, because you're not really giving any information that's useful. And here comes Jarvie. Plays a nice ball to Stark. Now can Stark find this goal that he needs? No, he's made the wrong decision again, and it's been cleared out over to Jimmy Jr., who's going to make that tackle. And Junior's going to drive forward with it, and he's going to do some sort of back heel, and it's worked. And he's been punched in the face, and the foul has been given. I don't know if that was on purpose. Tam's going crazy on the sideline. like part of the Peaky Blinders today, Tam. Just a shame he hasn't got the knife in the hat, as he seems he wants to kill Nixon at the moment. Nice big kick here from Mason would do Port Hill well. It is, it's a nice kick, but Junior Jim's going to get up for it, but he backs off last minute, and Jarvis then going to pick it up from a poor touch. Jarvis going to now play it back to Caden, who retains possession back to Lando, and then Lando calls Baps to pick that one up, and Baps is going to find a pass to Lando, and it's very, very dodgy, and now they're in here with a chance, and very silly play there round the back. Caden's even asking questions on what happened there, and Nixon's called a goal kick, which I think Ewan thinks he's gotten away with one there, which he probably has. So it was a very obvious slide tackle. But Cam doesn't look desperate to make any changes very quickly. It's a very frustrating game for Thistle, as it's similar to the Western Rangers game. They're making big chances here, but just not able to capitalise on them. So a good interception there from Skilton. Going to play it over to the left side again, which is looking very threatening at the moment, but Ewan's going to not let them get past him, and Caden's coming up towards Driver, and Driver's miscontrolled that ball, and Jarvis going to be on the half turn ready to collect it, and he's easily pushed past Rochdale. I'm fuming with that one. It's a silly long ball. Not necessary to be dispossessed there. It's a nice flick on there, but Junior Jimmy's going to pick this one up, and he's made the striker do a little bit of a roly-poly. I would get on my knees for Jimmy Jr. And now comes Jarvie, he's turned, and he's played a nice ball over to Maisie, who definitely looks onside, and he's through on goal here. Can this be the goal? Could it be a penalty? Oh, it's a great save from Burns, but it has been put in the net, and that is Maisie's 8th goal of the season, and it has been a long time coming, this game. This will have been the better team, and whatever way it goes into the net, as long as it goes into the net. Well done, Leo Maisie there. He's made a great intelligent run there, and it's a great long ball over the top, and I think Thistle do deserve the lead as it stands. So 1-0 Thistle, and that puts us in pole for going second this weekend if all results go our way, which would be huge for Gisborne Thistle, and I'm sure Maisie will be pleased with that 8th goal. He has been working extremely hard for the last 90 minutes, so well done, Leo Maisie. I'm sure that mullet would have added power to that finish. And here comes the Port Hill boxing champ, who was boxing on the sideline here for Driver, who hasn't seemed to control the ball, and he hasn't shaken his coach's hand. It's getting heated now. I feel Port Hill might lose their heads, as they feel like they maybe should have nicked a goal, but their front three just haven't really been clinical enough. There's been mistakes that Gisborne Thistle have kind of gifted to Port Hill, and I don't think they've taken them. But we'll see how it goes for the next 15 minutes of the game we only have here. Can Thistle hold on or maybe nick another? They don't look in any rush here, Port Hill, as they drive forward. Mason comes forward, and I think he's probably going to play a long ball, but he doesn't. He plays it into midfield, and it's somehow worked. The skipper's picked it up here, and he's going to play it over to Skittle. Mason's going to play into the middle, and Rochdam, Robo-Fam, plays a ball to no one. Lando picks it up and plays it to Trav White. Trav White plays it to Baps. Junior Jimmy drives forward. Leo Maisie's sat with Jew. That isn't the religion, that is Junior Jimmy's nickname. Diego's done a nice little turnover, and Tam doesn't look like he's eager to make any subs right now. I think he trusts that back four to keep it locked up for the last 15 minutes, and not when you do balls like that, Jimmy Jr. But Stark's going to come and try and win this one. They really need the 3 points here, whatever it takes. But here they come breaking through, but Jimmy Jr.'s picked that up, and Baps is going to smash this one away. Can Diego get ahead on this one? Nope. Ewan Kramer can get a bit of a dodgy foot to that one. Let's hope that's not the aftermath of the drinks from last week's wedding. And here's a great shot, but it's a good block, and Thistle were lucky. They've got to be reminded that they are only 1-0 up and not 5, and so they have to keep this lead, and that's a lovely turn by Luke Jarvie, and he's going to keep going. Can Diego pick it up? They're going to take the foul here to slow it down, and Drew and Tam Kramer are pretty annoyed from the sideline. He's just puffing on his vape. And now Corey Land is going to go and get warmed up. Let's hope that he can redeem himself. after breaking into our house and turning our hot water off. Criminal that he is. Just know he wouldn't last a day in Brixton. That is a yellow card for the Port Hill midfielder, who did unnecessarily take out Luke Jarvie, who was going on a nice little run there. And I think he'll be frustrated that he couldn't complete that run. But I think Tam will be happy that we can slow the clock down a little bit. With 13 minutes to go, without added. I don't think Thistle will want to sit in a low block here. I think they will try and find that second goal, as I think they've got the quality to do it, and it's not like they've been on the back foot this whole game. Over to Caden now on the left wing, who's going to play into Maisie. Maisie does that flick again. I think if he does it one more time, I'm going to mess up his bed sheets and steal all his food. And now Maisie's getting a bit freaky with their midfielders. Lando's done a dodgy clearance, but whatever works, I guess. He's taking up the Trav shin clearance, and Nixon's given us a foul which will lap up. Temperature's starting to drop here in the coast of New Zealand. Drew's trying to be funny, but no one seems to be laughing as per. And here comes the long ball from Trav White over to Leo Maisie, who's not got the head of it. Diego has, and it was a foul, and Caden doesn't look happy, but Mason's going to do a pass over to the right side of Port Hill's defence. And they're going to be playing it over into Bowen now, who's up front and against Junior Jimmy, and Junior Jimmy's done well to beat Bowen to that, and Jarvie's done a lovely turn and played off to Stark, and referee has to have a word there, but they played advantage. And can they slip in Leo Maisie? They can, and it's Leo Maisie versus Mason here. Can he get the finish off? Referee, and that is a penalty. Referee! Mason's going crazy. He thinks it's not. Shut up, Mason. Mason's been a bad boy and given away a penalty. Leo Maisie's done absolutely superb there. And Mason seems to be sent off here. Or maybe he's just asking for a drink, and it's a terrible catch, just like it was a terrible challenge. Maybe Mason is as bad as Brett, but we'll have to see. He's saying I was 2 metres away from him, but I think you're lying, Mason. And if you keep on lying, I'm going to have to come down there myself. But we're having Trav White take the penalty here instead of Leo Maisie. Maybe Leo Maisie's head has gone down since missing the penalty, and Trav has that confidence. Can he put it in the back of the net? He can't. Can they follow up and get the 2-0? They can, and Trav White smashes it home, and you know what? He deserves that goal today. He has been absolutely spectacular, so fair play to Travis White, and he drives it out of the pitch there for his celebration. Lovely finish there from Trav. Burns did do well to get down, but no one's stopping that mechanical shin of Trav's to put it in that top bins of the goal net. 2-0, Gisborne Thistle, and it looks like Thistle can settle down now a little bit. Lando and Fedel have done both good jobs there at the back today, keeping that clean sheet, with Junior Jimmy being a bit of a midfielder as well as a centre-back. And the Port Hill fans are starting to leave. Oh, they don't have any, so that wouldn't matter anyway. So Port Hill are eager maybe to get a goal here. They've got 10 minutes to go to maybe get a goal, and if they get a goal early here, they could still be in it, but they haven't really been making any big chances. I think the subs at half-time maybe weren't the most positive, but Mason's going to take the ball here, and he is looking scared on the ball now. I think his confidence in his head is down, and Burns is trying to play volleyball with his foot, and well, I don't know what's going on here, to be honest, but Mason's flicked it on, and Ewan Kramer's going to pick this up, and Ewan, pull your shorts up, mate, you know, no one wants to see that. So Trav White's first goal of the season,
and I think he'll be happy with that considering he's playing in a more defensive position. But here comes our mascot, Charlie Harvey, who is only playing for us because we get free pizzas, and he's going to be coming on at right back for Caden, it looks like. I think Trav will then slip into left back unless Charlie comes in at left back, and then it will be Jay, who I don't know how to pronounce his surname, and I'm just going to be honest with him, so you might have to tell me that after the game, Jay. So Jay for Kobe here, similar ages, similar levels of youth, but this is Jay's first time coming on the pitch for Gisborne, so big round of applause for Jay there. Let's see if he can make an impact and maybe pick up a third with 10 minutes to go for Gisborne Thistle here. But it's been I wouldn't say a comfortable afternoon, but definitely a game where Thistle have looked like the better team. It's definitely not an upset today, and it's good goal difference. And it's another clean sheet for Thistle, or as it is so far. Port Hill keeping the ball back here very nicely, and they're going to pass it over. And Stark are now going to press this, and Charlie is in left back, so Trav is staying right back today. So now the right side looks like Jay and Trav, which might have some nice link up, and here comes Diego, but Nixon's given the foul. And Burns is going to pick this one up. Diego's been pretty good, I think, in that midfield. I honestly think he's been an impact sub, and he's come on and had some sort of influence for both goals, whether he was touching the ball in that build-up play or just kind of bringing a different kind of excitement to that midfield. As much as Jarvie tries to tell us he is, he's definitely not a 10. And there is your classic shin clearance from Trav. Still needs a wheel alignment on that foot. And Burns has dropped it. Must be feeling nervous, because he mucked up the penalty save. And here's a nice kick over to Trav White, and it's a weird control there from the number 5 and striker for Port Hill. It's a good pass there into Jarvie. Is Jarvie going to control it? He does, and Jarvie's been a lot more alive this half, I would say. I think first half he was maybe feeling a bit of cramp in his calf and just wasn't really doing the magic we know Jarvie has, but this half he's been a lot better. And that's onto Maisie, but it looks like it might be offside. Flag has been raised, and Nixon hasn't called it yet. But Jay's going to get involved here, and now Nixon calls the flag about 4 years later. So cheers for that, Nixon. And here comes Junior Jimmy. Is he going to get this shot off in his first goal of the season? Oh, what a save from Burns. Just let it in, Burns, mate. Yeah, stop knocking about. Alright, here comes Kirkley. He's going to play I don't know if that was meant to be a long ball and wasn't, but Trav has come out to left back now. Charlie out to right back, and that is the preferred position for both fullbacks. And that is a beautiful ball. Can Jay get his first goal of the season? Oh, he's missed a very big chance, and Jay's going to be fuming with himself. He's only been on the pitch for 3 minutes, and he could have got the his first goal of the season, and that would have been a great debut for the youth man himself, Jay. And it was a great pass from Jarvie there. Great pass. Here comes Diego. He's going to play it back into their number 17. Oh, I forgot to mention came on the pitch earlier, and that is a bit of a nothing pass. So just as well I didn't mention the 17 coming on, because it seems to be a bit useless. And here comes Junior Jimmy, who's doing a little bit too much and just skilled himself up and then done a pretty naff clearance to Jarvie, and Jarvie doesn't really want much to do with that, but Charlie Harvey does, and that clearance was lovely from Charlie. Very peaceful clearance. Now here comes Jarvie. He's going to play it out to Diego, who I think looked like he's liking the life wing more than the actual 10, and Diego's cut inside and he's looking for another pass, and it's a bit naff, but Diego's going to get up for that ball, and Jarvie's in to get his second goal of the season, and referee Luke's calling for it. He's saying it's a handball, and Nixon doesn't want anything to do with it. He's spreading his arms like an eagle, even though he acts more like a pigeon. And that's a nice ball there from Kirkland, and Jay's going to be on the half turn now. He's going to be driving forward. Can he pick out a good pass? Jarvie's going to take the ball, so that's not a good pass, but Jarvie might get a shot off. He's just going to lay it off to Stark maybe, and he has, and it's again not a great ball, but not a great clearance either. It has made it over to their 9 today, and it's not a great pass either. The passes have seemed to dip in the last 5 minutes, but that's
That's what you get with Eastern Premiership. Now here comes Jimmy Jr., who's going to pass it over to Ewan Kramer. And that's into Jay, who's done an unnecessary weird Anthony turn. And now here comes Diego driving forward. He's going to play it back to Ewan Kramer, who's going to play an unnecessary ball again. That's the third unnecessary ball in the space of 3 minutes for Thistle. And now here's the midfield breaking forward, but Diego doesn't want him to go anywhere near him and wins that ball, and he's just trying to keep it, and I think he should just release it back, but he doesn't seem like he wants to, and Nixon does give the foul, so fair play to Diego for winning that, and that can slow the game down for Thistle with 2 minutes to go of actual time, with maybe a few minutes of extra time added on, so let's say 6 minutes up all in. So 17, his name is speaks for his appearance. His name is L Kid, which I'm guessing stands for little, so Little Kid is his name. Diego's going to try and find a pass there, but you know he's allergic to passing, so he's going to keep the ball, but he does end up passing it to Jarvie, and Jarvie plays it back to Diego. I think Luke Jarvie needs to know that they're shooting forwards. And Maisie takes the ball and he plays it into Ewan. I don't know if he meant that. And Jay's now through again. Can he get a good cross in? He can. And it's a easy pick up for Burns in the end. And that is a great kick from Burns. Just a little bit too high with not enough punch to it. Jarvie's picked up the ball. And he's done some nice skills to skill up Kid there. But it's gone back to Junior Jimmy in the end. And Junior Jimmy's going to win that. And he's been WWE to the floor. That's got to be some sort of card, Nixon. You've got to hand something out there, mate. And he's tapping him on the head. I don't think he's your dog, Junior. But you've owned him like he is. Trav White's going to try and find the wing here. Again, he's trying to find Maisie, and it's a backwards header. Oh, is that a save? No, it's not. It's just over the bar, and it's unfortunate there. A backwards header might have been the goal of the season for Thistle. And he's played really well, I think, Maisie, in the end, actually. He's had a bit of a rocky start, but once he got a few runs going and a few good passes, he's really come to life, and today he's going to be my man of the match. Although Trav White has been good, I think the two goal scorers, even if they hadn't got the goals today, they've both been very electric on that pitch and have made the real difference. Irreplaceable in the Thistle squad, in my opinion. And now come Province. He's going to play it over to Mason again. Mason's going to play it over to the wing, but Mason just hasn't really been alive since he's given away that penalty. And Nixon's going to be calling for a sub, and here comes Corey Land, the Brixton bully. Brixton bully, he's got those muscles out, cheering to all his boyfriends. And Leo Stark's going to come off, so this is interesting. It might mean that Trav gets pushed up higher for Corey Land to come back, or Corey Land might have a go at the wingers. He's sticking his tongue out at, I don't even know who, at the linesman. So I think that's a fine, and also will mean he's banned for the 114 party after this, which won't be live streamed, unfortunately. I can't commentate on parties. And now Leo Maisie comes here again. 1v1 in the centre-backs. Can he slip someone through? Diego's now through, and he gets there in time. Can he get something off this? He's got quick feet, but not quick enough. But now Jarvie's got it. Can he finish it? No, unfortunate from Jarvie. It's just gone a bit wide. He should have got that shot off a little bit earlier, but he's played well as well, Jarvie. He's gone under the radar a bit today, just because of Leo Maisie's performance. We have 30 seconds of actual time left. It looks like Thistle might have had the win here today. And here comes Kid. Jimmy Jr. just killed him with a flick of his pinky, and then killed him again. That kid should never touch a football pitch again. And has that stayed in? Unfortunately not. Drew Turchwell tried to tap it, but we don't like Drew. And let's see if this will be a foul throw, and it is, but Nixon won't pick it up. There's two balls on the pitch here, ref. But he doesn't really care. And Charlie's done a nice little call there for a header, and not a bad defensive header there, considering he's only 4'2", although he makes Luke Jarvie look like an ant when they're standing next to each other. And Maisie's broken through here. Mason versus Jarvie. Oh, and he's clipped him. Oh, what a goal from Maisie, and that's why he's my man of the match today. What a goal, and that is goal of the month, if not the season, from Maisie. And he's got a hug Bosch. Bit of a strange decision, but we're all family here. But what a goal from Maisie, and great decision there. Mason has had a bit of a howler, and so has Burns in that. A bit off his line, considering how far up Maisie was. But what a goal here from Maisie. Nearly from the halfway line. He's going to be talking about that all night. And I'm going to hate to hear it. So he's nearly got as many goals as he has dents on his car now. So that is 9 league goals for Leo Maisie this season. Can he get that third? Can he get that hat-trick with about 2 minutes to go? But 3-0 is a very, very respected score against Port Hill. They've had a really inconsistent season, and we didn't know how they were going to come out firing today, but really strong last 20 minutes from Thistle, really. They've defended really well since Nick Land has gone into the back. And now they're just hunting balls forward, hoping that we'll make a defensive error, which Trav has here, but he's come across and defended well, and he's just going to do his weird step over he does all the time, and it's and he's messed up Kid again. And Corey Land's taken a good touch, a second good touch, don't know if he meant it, and he's somehow made the player fall over, and now it's just become a laughing stock, and Maisie's just been nutmegged, and now Ewan's going to shoot again and try and do a Maisie, but didn't, because it's Ewan and he's tiny. Last couple of minutes here for Port Hill to try and find some sort of goal, so it doesn't look like a complete humiliation. But Tam is going to be dancing about with happiness to I've walked 500 miles later tonight. Tam actually learned to play the bagpipes for the last 8 years. And performed once at the Royal Opera House. Never took it into a professional career though, and decided to coach Gisborne instead, even though Ed Sheeran offered him a place on his album. And here comes Jay, who is going to turn and try and find that pass to Leo Maisie, but I guess that's the chemistry hasn't really built up there since this is Jay's first start, or first time touching the pitch. Junior Jimmy crumbs across. He's going to be driving forward now, and he's going to look for a pass maybe into Maisie, but I don't think Maisie wants it right now, so he's going to play it over to Diego, and Diego isn't going to get there. It's a bit of a heavy pass from Junior, and Junior says sorry. It's going to be a quick throw from Port Hill. I think they just want to go at this point, but this left winger or right winger hasn't really had much effect, even though he's got the low socks and the shadow boxing on the sideline. Can Corey win that? And he has, but to the Port Hill player, and Ewan's trying to do a Maisie. Ewan, stop doing it, mate. You're not that kind of player. And Burns is going to awkwardly run over and pick up that ball for a goal kick. And that is full time here at Childers Road. A very, very good score. No one could have predicted that at half time. It was very even at half time, but Thistle have come out on top and won 3-0, which is a big scoring push. Pushes up second, helping our goal difference, and Maisie with our man of the match today. Clean sheet for Baps and goal. His first start for Thistle today. Very, very, very good all-round performance from the boys today, and they should be looking to take that into United, the big derby next weekend. I've been Louis Sengelo, and you should see me back on that pitch next weekend with Ryan Matchevich, the backup commentator, as he's not as good as me, taking commentary. Hopefully we can get some vegetables into Luke Jarvie and help him grow so we can win a few more headers. Good night for the people over in England, and have a nice rest of your weekend, people in New Zealand and Australia. All good?
That's great.
I think it was a good 20 minutes, wasn't it?
Look at that, it did Leo Maisie real well.
Yeah,
Leo's done
great
well.
goal, wasn't it?
Leo's done well, yeah. Great goal. He's going to be happy about that. I think Luke's going to be frustrated. I think he thought he maybe put some goal in there. But he did well. Yeah.
Who are they playing next week?
United.
Oh, yeah.
It's our rivalry. That's perfect. You know, that's perfect score for going next weekend. Because United conceded.
Oh, did they?
Well, they won 7-1. You can see there's positives. But thanks for letting me do that, mate.
Yeah,
That's
mate. No,
quite good, yeah.
So good. And you can go and watch it on YouTube now.
That's what the boy. We're all going to go back to our house and get it on the TV.
The beginning was a bit laggy. I was just
Yeah.
freaking shit, but after about 15 minutes, we got the same.
All good. Cool, yeah. Right. Thank you, mate. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool.